Importing existing data into ACT is a simple process providing the data we have is formatted in the correct way. Here we have two spreadsheets of information that we would like to import, companies and customer. As we can see on the customer spreadsheet, we have the fields on the first row. This tells ACT what to import, for example, contacts, phone numbers, extensions, titles, etc. We then have a new contact on each row. As you can see, this is the same for companies, so we have companies, phones, addresses, etc. This tells ACT again where to look for each field, and again a new company on each row. One thing to consider when importing spreadsheets into ACT is ACT cannot read Excel spreadsheets. We have to save them as a special file type. So once your spreadsheet is ready to import, just go to File, Save As, and change it from Excel Workbook to CSV, delimited. We'll do that for both spreadsheets. Don't worry when this pops up, it's just saying that the formatting, for example where it's bold here, will disappear because that can't be saved in CSV. So now we have both of our CSV saved, we're ready to import them. This is quite easy in ACT, we just go to File, Import, Next. We then decide the file type that we're importing, for example ACT database, Excel, etc. Ours is text separated by commas when you save as CSV. We have to choose where the file is located. Let's import customers for now and hit Next. At this point we decide what kind of records we're importing: company records, contact records and group records. We cannot have it so there are companies and contacts in one spreadsheet. It's generally best to choose custom import on here. For duplicate checking, we choose how ACT decides if a contact is a duplicate. We can decide on what fields it matches on. By default that's company, contacts and phone. Generally it will ask if we want to import the first record. We will always say no to this because the first record at the top will be the field names. So just hit Next. At this point ACT has located the fields that are on the spreadsheet, so address 1, address 2, city, etc. and it says, okay, this is the field that I think it needs to match to. If that's not correct, we can click this drop down arrow and that lists all of the fields in the ACT database as well as create a new ACT field. So if the fields don't match, you can always force them to match. If ACT determines that some of these contacts are duplicates, we can decide what to do with them. So if source records match destination records, we can choose to merge them, or do not change them, or replace them. Again, if they do not match the destination records, we can add or do not add. When we're ready, click on Import. And hit Finish. We can now see 209 contacts in our database with all of the data we've entered. Importing for companies happens the same way. We go to File, Import, scroll down to text separated by commas, click on companies, press Next and change this to company records. And now all the companies we defined in our spreadsheet are also in our ACT database.